Deftones 976 Evil, guitar tabs and guitar lesson. I'm going to play all the different parts right at the beginning. After that, I'll go back through, explain the whole thing. Please hit that subscribe button. It's the best way of letting me know that you like this video and want to see more Deftones stuff. And now, let's get on into the lesson. Alright, so drop C tuning here, C, G, C, F, A, D, and two guitars kind of going over the top of each other. Real kind of one predominant guitar for the intro and verses going on here. And it's doing this kind of bottom part of a C major 7 chord, I guess. And we're just doing this little back and forth on these first three strings here. Okay, we do something like this. We're 6 on the third string, 7 on the second, and 5 on the first string. And we can hit those 6 and 7 together, then come down, hit the 5, and just go between those a couple of times. Then hit the 6 and 7 together, and then all of them together. We're just kind of like going back and forth, really. And do that 3 times, and then we finish it by doing the 6 and 7, come down, hit the 5, and then we shift over, hit the 4 on the first string, and keep that 7 with it to get a little dissonance going there. So just try it slowly here, one time through. And as far as the second guitar in the intro here, it just kind of hits a couple big chords, lets them ring for a good handful of measures, and just does it again. It comes down and hits this G power chord, which we just do by doing the open 5th string with the 2 on the 4th string here. We hit that, and then we hit it essentially again, but we also include the open low C with it, so now it becomes like a big C sus2 chord. And like I said, we hit that, carry it through a measure or two, and then do it again. And once the verse gets going, it just kind of switches to bass, and the bass more or less does that same thing, goes from the open G to C. And the second part of the verse is where the guitar comes back in a little faintly in the background, but it does come in. And basically it's just filling in with this F power chord at the 5th fret here, strumming away on it right on beat. So just give a little example here. once the verse gets going, we kind of get a very similar thing with the first guitar that it was doing in the intro, just that little back and forth on the bottom part of that C major 7 there, hitting the second, third string, then the first string, just alternating between that with that 6, 7, 5 shape there. And it just carries that 4 times through, straight through. And then the second part of it, where the bass and the rhythm switch to that F chord, this now kind of becomes part of that F chord, and it's a big elaborate chord. But it's more or less the same shape, but we're just doing that, our 6 and 7 on the third and second string, and then we hit our 5 down there, and then we come over, hit that 4 on the first, then back to the 5, and we pretty much just kind of go between that, and just alternate that for that second part. So that second part, when it switches to F, let's try that slowly here. The chorus, kind of this fun sequence of power chords, really just kind of zigs and zags throughout these. Kind of fun progression. It starts here at the 4th fret on the low C, G here. All right, this E power chord there. Strums that a few times, comes down, hits the open low C with the octave power chord at the 5A and the 7 on the middle C there. Strums that final beat of the measure, strums into the next measure, and then the final beat of the second measure, we come over, hit some 7s here, all right, at the G power chord. Just one little hit there, and then we bump it up to the 9s, all right, for this A power chord. And we hang out here for like a good 3 measures, and then into that 4th measure of it, we do it a couple beats, and we keep it going even higher now. Take it up to 11 for one hit, then up to 12. All right, for a couple, 2, 3 hits of that higher C power chord now. And then we keep it going even farther, all the way up to 15. And we basically finish by strumming out on these 15s here. All right, so let's try it slowly here one time through. And the way the chorus ends, it kind of starts just as we normally would, but once we get to that 7th fret power chord, all right, instead of taking it up to the 9, we take it down to the 5 for that F, and then we just hit it and let it hang there. For this interlude section, things kind of get chilled out and a little bit cleaner here, and the guitar just kind of does a little hit from the intro where we just hit that open G to the open low C. And then we get a little bit of a vocal melody on the guitar here where we do a couple 2s on the 3rd string, open 1st string to 2nd fret, and then 2nd fret on the 2nd string. All right, and after that, we just kind of build up the end of it, getting back into the chorus again by hitting an open low G there, and then just hit some 5s on the power chord for the F, and just build that F right on tempo all the way into the final chorus.